Hey, what's good?
Yay! Happy Tuesday.
Oh, it's a happy Tuesday for some. For some of us, we had to work, you know, all of that wonderful stuff that happened.
It's still
But
got
you
to
know
be
the
Happy
shit.
Tuesday.
It's happy enough, okay? It's a very, very happy time. What a time to be alive if you are alive. As you come into the chat, let me do not disturb my phone for some genius decides to call me. I'm gonna be switching this to the computer soon though. I got a whole setup I'm working on.
I'm
Bought some
on.
furniture for it and everything just to change my little situation because I'm tired of doing it like this.
Yeah, so we can be
Um,
most effective. It's going to be great.
yes, so things are moving. Things
Yeah.
are definitely moving out here. So, I gotta ask you about the weekend because I've heard some things.
The weekend was phenomenal. I think I was home Friday, which was good. But Saturday, I went to a St. Patrick's Day party down in Jersey, and it was a whole vibe. Hey, Chrissy.
Hey,
Um,
what's up, Chrissy? In here early.
Right? She's here. The topic tonight, we're going to talk about warning signs in relationships. We're going to finish our conversation from last week. But
Yes, I heard a lot of interesting things over the weekend. So many crazy situations going on. People's relationships are a mess. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I got to
Mhm.
put some feet to the fire today.
Oh,
So we
goodness.
gonna be cooking. We gonna be
Oh,
cooking because I gotta stop and nah, Chrissy, I ain't talking about that. Y'all was just having fun. This ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't worried about
oh
that.
yeah. Yeah,
I'm talking
last week.
about something else.
Well,
But
before we get into it, Max, how was your weekend?
my weekend was chill. One of my friends, she had a birthday party. Got us set up, did the whole bottles thing. I put up some pictures and shit.
I
Set
saw
up a nice
you.
little section. That cake cost some paper too. I ain't gonna hold you because that was
Exactly.
made. That's the place that all the celebrities go to in Brooklyn to get their cakes made. So it
Mm-hmm.
was literally like a quilt kind of cake
Yeah.
with a crown on it, a whole thing. Like,
Uh,
you know what I'm saying? So, and I made it like the color that she happened to like because I've known her for years. So I already knew what to get her. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? The guys was on her body because her ass is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So they was on it like crazy, crazy. And I'm like, y'all niggas is new. I'll say one thing though.
what?
That place, I'm not gonna knock that promotion company, but I gotta say something. I'm gonna start this early. I just gotta put this one thing up because it's when you go to other parties that you realize the difference between what you do and your people them do and what other people do. You see this shit right here? That shit
Ah,
is gonna have a different type of decor. And the
yes.
reason why I'm saying that, like if you buy a section in that shit, you are going to see every dollar that you spent in that fucking section or the tables, the environment decor. If you don't believe me, go follow the Vive page. You'll see the events they've had in the past and you'll peep that shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, I gotta say, like this section was a two-seater when it was supposed to be 8 tickets. So it was like, what was we doing?
Oh yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't good quality.
You know. So I was a little annoyed about that. Yeah, no worries. I don't talk about certain people business. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things that I will say because motherfuckers thought I was playing. And I'm gonna tell y'all something now. We gonna slide into the red flags because I got one. Now, ladies, y'all can relate with this too, but because they nicknamed me handsome, I guess I get a couple myself.
We got the on today. He ready.
Listen, I just listen. I will put on the smooth sounds of social
Yes.
experiment radio. Tune in every night. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard,
Every Tuesday.
and I will make it wet for you, and then slurp it dry and wet it again. Holla. Nah, I'm just fucking around now. Nah. So what happened is we have this situation. I call it. This is the hey big head time of year. Because these shorties be in my inbox, be hitting me up like they doing me a favor by offering me pussy. And I'm just here to say that I do not lack for those things. My cup runneth over with the punani.
Oh.
Do not come to me like you're doing me a favor. Is my point.
Yeah.
Especially when you the type of shorty that has flaked in the past. And then without ever taking accountability, these are red flags. So we on topic.
Uh-huh.
And without taking any accountability, it's trying to set up another link up like you're just going to have faith that this is going to be the time that they don't turn into fucking Frosted Flakes.
So what do you do in those situations though? Because we know it's a red flag. What do we do about it?
I don't bother to set up a plan with them. That's what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, if my dick is hard one day and nobody else can service me and they happen to want to show up and they actually show up, then it's on like boiled corn. But other than that, man, they could take that corny shit the fuck up out of here. I'm good.
But here's what I'm hearing you say though, right? Like they still got a chance if the moment is right.
Hey, they always got a chance. I mean, listen, you played a lotto. You got a chance. Right?
No, you should not have a chance.
Yes, let them have a chance.
No,
but the chance is slim to none.
If you let
the chance is very slim.
That means that whatever comes with that chance you gave them is on you and not on them. We can't even say anything about them anymore.
Oh, I could say as much as I want to say about them because they still are what they are. You understand what I'm saying? It's just a matter of, guess what? Hey, CJ. It's just a matter of you chose to be unreliable, so I'm going to choose the back burner your ass.
Okay.
You get relegated to being a 4 o'clock in the morning call or 3 o'clock in the morning call. Nobody's making plans with you. You got to just catch me. Because you got to understand something about me. Anybody knows me knows. I don't just have free time most of the time when I'm just sitting around my feet up. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to make time for it. So I choose to not actually make time for it. But if they're free, I will happily bust their ass one good time, make sure I leave them slobbering and drooling, and then I'm never going to call them again.
I don't know. I think that it doesn't depend to me. I'm pretty cut and dry. If you left a bad taste in my mouth, then there's no more chance. Like I'm good. I'm so good on that because then you just continue with that pattern and that cycle and it's wasting time. We only have so much time, right? I saw a post that said we have like 40 something thousand weeks like on Earth. I don't want to waste any weeks with anybody.
Yeah, I hear that, but my thing is it ain't just about for me, I'm only doing that in my free time. So I'm not costing anything. And the thing is, I want them to understand that you really shouldn't play with me because I know I'm a one-of-one ass dude. I'm not one of these regular ass niggas that's out here. Ain't nothing I do regular. Like, the only thing I do regular is I have a regular ass car because I use my car to make money. I could easily get something and be flashy and do all that shit, but for me, it's not about that. Yeah. It's about economics. It's about having options. And a lot of y'all need to start thinking this way because we have a shit show of an economic landslide about to hit. So y'all might want to get ready for that. But
I saw a post the other day, Max, that said, here's a list of things that are going to get expensive with these tariffs. And it was like eggs, chicken, beef, water, broccoli.
just say everything.
Just say everything.
Just say everything because it's literally going to be everything. Oh, and trust me, we ain't going to harp on that on this show because we ain't here for that. But again, that is one of the number one red flags. Like, I see some of these shorties on my timeline, and I keep them there for entertainment purposes because I watch them watch me. They don't know I could see them watching me, but I'm an IT person. I can tell when people are watching my pic. You understand what I'm saying? And I like them to watch. I'm an exhibitionist, so watch away. Enjoy the show.
Ooh.
You know, so if you want to watch a good show, Social Experiment's a great show to watch. Tune in.
Tuesday, 9:00. Like, share, and subscribe.
And if we could do a favor for our lovely people in the audience right now, if y'all could hit that like button for me, that'll be very, very much appreciated. Don't make me spam y'all. So hit the like button, share this around. Thank you. I see a like popped up. Need to see about 15 more of them motherfuckers pop up. YouTube, that goes for you too. Don't be shy. Hit the like button, likes and hearts and everything in between. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how we get down. And we take it down like that, you know.
So last week we talked about some serious topics. Last week we talked about abuse and relationships. We talked about signs to look for abuse. We made it clear that this is a safe space. Max and Nova, we are safe people to talk to if you feel like you're in an unsafe situation. We talked about all the different types of abuse: financial abuse, physical abuse, emotional and mental abuse. And so today we're going to continue the topic of what are red flags to look for in your relationship. So Max started out like, if somebody's inconsistent, if they're sketchy, if that's what's happening in the beginning, that's going to continue to happen throughout the dynamic. People don't change unless they're ready and wanting to change.
Oh, and don't forget to tell them about the part when the stories don't track.
Oof. And that was something also.
Because let me tell y'all a little secret, ladies. Some of us men, even though we act like we don't pay attention, we play dumb to a lot of shit. That's just because we don't give a fuck. But in actuality, a lot of us, especially a man like me, who does what I do, I have a real attention to detail. I tend to I know a lot more than I say or will ever say. And I will smile right in front of your face knowing that you were lying through your teeth. And as long as it didn't really do nothing to hurt me, I just look at them and be like, it's cool. But just understand, I don't miss much, if anything. I just act like I do because I don't care. There's a difference. It's one of those things.
Yeah, when people's stories don't track, when people somebody told me today that they were listening to someone and then they caught them in a lie. And they said, oh yeah, no, I told, my ex about you moving in. And then, like months later, they were like, well, you told your ex already, right? And they were like, no, I didn't talk to them yet. Like when you catch people in a lie, sometimes we have a tendency to excuse people's lies. And that's something we gotta, like, we'll be like, oh no, well maybe, well that wasn't a big deal, or it was this. And it's like, no. One of the things that I've been telling a lot of people is when you see the signs in a relationship that it's not working or it's unhealthy or you're not happy, if you decide to stay, it blows up before it actually comes to an end. Or you can just see the signs.
Because that's one of those things where you have to really pay attention to at least if you're going to tell lies. This is my thing for you. If you're going to tell lies, maybe you want to like go find a pen or something and like start to jot this shit down. So at least you'll know, okay, I told Monica this lie. I told Tracy this lie. This way I could keep them shit straight for when it's time to revisit that. Because, and I mean, for the ladies, y'all should do the same thing. A lot of y'all think y'all smarter than y'all are.
We are
And
smart.
like I said, a lot of y'all think I ain't studied. A lot of y'all think y'all smarter than y'all is. And that's exactly why niggas be sitting there and they be having that congratulations, you played yourself ready for you. Because you can't just, you know what I'm saying? You can't just come out and just make up anything and just think that just because somebody isn't saying anything that they're actually believing the stuff that you're telling.
Yeah, be honest. Be honest, because honesty gets you much further. Since I'm so new in the lifestyle, June 30th is what I'm considering my lifestyle anniversary. But when I first got into the lifestyle, I was like, oh, okay, this is a thing. And one of the things that I learned is that when you're honest with people, not only does it alleviate and eliminate all the stress, but it keeps you clear. Like, I feel so good if I'm dating someone and then decide that I'm going to date someone else and I'm like, oh, okay, you know, like, I'm just going to let you know this is what's happening. Because I've been honest about the fact that I'm ethically non-monogamous from the start. So when you say something, it's like, I told you what it was from the beginning, and people respect that more.
What's up, Katie?
Even if it ends, they still respect the fact that, okay, at least this person was honest with me. And I like to be able to leave a situation with a clear conscience. Hi, KD.
And that's, you know, like I said, you're very nice, Nova.
Yes, I am.
You're a very nice person. Me, I don't know, man. Something about me is a thing. It's just in me where I just feel this pettiness that kicks in. And sometimes I be wanting to have fun with the lie. Like, you know, my favorite thing that women lie about though is their body count. Every chick that's not lifestyle got between 6 to 8 bodies, and that's it.
But who asked
every
that
single
question?
one of them? No, they'll bring it up, or it'll just come up in conversation, and they'll mention, "Oh, I've only had X amount of men, and I don't really do casual sex." Next thing you know, you digging this chick out, and you just met shorty like maybe 5 or 10 minutes ago, or maybe a couple of hours ago. She hits you with the, "I don't usually do this, but," and I mean, this is a real thing. Mel Scott, I see him there. He's another dragon. He know the shit. He knows exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm sure they do that same shit with his ass. And fucking KD's another one. Ask any of the men. They will tell you.
But who talks about body count?
No, but the thing is I don't give a fuck about body count. I care about if you clean or not.
That part.
Because you could fuck one dirty dick, and that be the only nigga you fuck, and you fuck. While the other shorty might have fucked 15, 11, 20 niggas and kept it safe and clean, and she clean as a whistle.
Multiply female counts by 3.
Basically saying multiply whatever they tell you.
I know what he's
by
saying.
3. Listen, I stopped counting once I became 17 years old. I lost count after that. I was a basketball player, so I was fucking.
I'm with that. What if you stopped counting once you got married and forgot to recount? I haven't gotten married, but I can't tell you the last time I counted. Because what? I can't say the last time I asked somebody.
No, another thing is too, don't lie about who you fuck. Like, just like a nigga should never lie on his dick, shorties gotta stop lying on their pussy, but they tend to do it in the opposite direction. Like, if they know the nigga look a little questionable or a little dingy, they'll be trying to front like, "Nah, I ain't fuck that nigga." But like, "Yes, the fuck you did, bitch. I know you fucked that nigga. Hit that shit from the back side and whatever else." And listen, it's okay. I ain't mad. Listen, we all got a little dingy something in our closet somewhere, or at least something that maybe if we would have thought twice about it, we probably shouldn't have smashed it, but we smashed it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't sitting up here, see Mel saying the same thing. He played ball. Women came in dime a dozen. It's facts. Like, shit was easy. From the moment I was playing AAU, Nike tournaments, all that shit, man. Pussy was on the vine. You know what I'm saying? So that
Yes,
shit,
I think that counting is just like immature, and so I think that shouldn't even come up in conversation.
it
And
shouldn't.
if people act like if people do lie about it, that's another red flag.
But women lie about that shit a lot more. Like women lie a lot more than they act like. Men, we know we lie. We be lying about dumbass shit for no fucking reason. I will tell you the truth though, as a nigga who really tells the truth, I'm gonna tell you something. I understand sometimes why niggas be lying to shorty. Because a lot of
Why?
times when you try to hit shorties with the straight up truth, in some cases, not all. I'm not saying that lying is right. I'm just telling you the results of why some dudes do what they do. I'm giving you the psychology behind it. I'm not justifying it. You make of it what you will. But at the end of the day, there's plenty of women who, when you tell them what it is, they use that shit against you like a weapon. Every time you turn around, they harpooning that bullshit at you that you kept it 100 with them with, and they will reflect on that shit. They'll remember the time like Michael Jackson 550 times. And I'm
Listen, I
just
feel
telling you,
like men don't do the same thing. And KD, I don't know.
Nova lost count when she lost her virginity because she had a gang bang.
I
Gang.
wish. That's still my fantasy. It's still out there. I'm trying one day.
Listen, you ain't working hard enough to make it happen because plenty of dudes trying to clap your cheeks. You just be bullshit. That's all. I be seeing them commenting on you. You just be half-assing it, so it is what it is.
Hi,
You know what I'm
Izzy.
saying? Oh boy, here we go. Here go the women with the men do the same thing. I'll cry me a
That's
fucking
right.
river, build a raft, and push it up the stream. Nobody want to hear that shit. Let me
Yes,
tell
we
you
do.
something. No, don't nobody want to hear that shit. Because like I said again, I started off the sentence by saying, yes, we know men be lying about shit, but often women try to walk like they are beyond reproach, and that all of them are so honest and above consideration for even being fake. Like it's just so high on their horse. But at the end of the day, they be lying worse than anything.
Oh my goodness. I don't
I
know
could
because
tell you stories. I could tell you stories. There's times when I was fucking straight up blinging out, and this is when I was younger because I used to be a little whippersnapper, and I fuck with some older married chicks. But I be digging these chicks out, and these chicks be asking me to give them a baby. And these chicks is married. They're like, "Oh, my husband ain't gonna pull it off. I'll let him take care of it. I just want you to give it to me. I'm not gonna tell him." Blah 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 blah. I've had shorties straight up be like, "Oh, yo, do this to me, do that to me." You know how many wedding rings I've nutted on when chicks was cheating?
and let me ask you this: did you continue to mess with her?
I don't give a fuck. It ain't my marriage. It's only now that it's only now in my mature age that I'm a bit more leery and respectful of all of that.
Yes.
But honestly, back then I was an animal. I was a savage. I didn't give a fuck about that. Honestly, at the end of the day, it's not my responsibility.
Let me tell you, Max. So I was at this birthday party. It was a sweet 16 birthday party for my family, one of my family members. And you know, the DJ is there, whatever. And he's talking to me, and I'm like, let me make sure you get a plate. I'm just being kind, because you know, just kind. And so at the end of the night, he comes, he's holding my hand with both of his hands, like, I just want to talk to you. Let's exchange information. So I'm like, all right, go to this man's page. He just got back from his honeymoon. Just got back from his honeymoon. And I'm in a group for like professional Black women. And I go to the group because, you know, you do a little social media stalking or whatever. It's healthy.
I mean, they could have an open dynamic, though. You never know.
No. You knew it. Like, you can tell. You can tell when it's shady.
How can you tell from their page that they're monogamous?
You can tell from the approach. He wasn't like, oh, let me call you or anything like that. Like, when you know it's open and it's honest, there's a different approach than when it's a secret and it's shady. And
was he only calling you between certain hours?
He wasn't calling me at all because I'm not playing those games. Unless you tell me that you and your wife have an open relationship, I'm not following up with you, because even though you made the commitment to your wife, I'm not gonna be a part of your
Sorry, that's just so fucking funny. I gotta go
what?
to some. I gotta crash some weddings too. That's a fact.
Oh gosh.
I ain't
But
did
yeah,
that in a
no,
while.
it's up to you on who you connect with, Max. So I don't care if you marry and you just and that's not my marriage, whatever. I'm not gonna be a part of that. So I brought that up because today I was talking to a friend of mine who we ended up talking like, oh yeah, he was in your inbox. Oh, he was in my inbox too. And she was like, how about his wife asked me to cater his event? And I was upset for the woman, for his wife, because I'm like, this man is out here embarrassing this lady. And that's not cool. And I don't want to be a part of that.
Hmm. I respect that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all because nobody. It shouldn't be deceived. It shouldn't be deceptive at this point. Like we all grown. Everybody here is anywhere from 30 something to 40 something for the most part, or at least almost 30 or whatever. At the end of the day, we all grown. We got kids or thinking about it, or we old in one way or another. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like me, in some avenues, I'd be considered washed at my age. You know what I'm saying? It's just I just keep my energy up. But yeah, I've been
Hmm.
taking a, I've been just popping some pills. Nah, Chrissy, I was trying to be considerate of the fact that Baby Cuddles is on here too. So, I wanted to acknowledge your youthfulness. And, that's all. It was no shade at all. I just was trying to consider the whole crowd. But my whole thing is, you still grown though, so you doing your thing.
Oh, okay. Let me. You all right,
Oh, it
Max?
froze for a second. I don't know what that was. Oh shit! I know what it is. Don't punch me.
Too late. We gonna get it together. We gonna get it right. I'm on my
That's
laptop.
actually a good no. That's actually a good commercial for Verizon Wireless right there, because we did this show for almost 30 minutes, and I didn't even realize that the Wi-Fi wasn't even connected. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay.
I'm gonna use this fist and I'm gonna put it somewhere juicy.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Since everybody want to throw punches, I'm gonna see how far this could go in.
Oh, ooh.
See who brave enough for that action.
I like that. I like to hear that. I want to watch.
Nova,
I'm
something
watching.
wrong with you. Oh no, you ain't gonna. You ain't gonna put that. You ain't gonna let that shit go in you. You ain't gonna let somebody hit you with the fist. I'm
That's not
not
my
gonna do it.
kink.
We work together. I can't do it, but somebody could do it. What happened?
That's not my kink that I know of yet.
Honestly, I have no interest in seeing my fist go. Like, cause it's like after I put my fist in there,
Babies come
I'm.
out of there.
Listen, I know I get it, but it's gonna need a little minute to. Sometime
Retract.
every woman's elasticity don't collapse back down the same way. Some women
That's
need a
right.
little minute. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes women.
Oh gosh. Next red flag. What are our next red flags?
um, Loose pussy is a red.
Mm-mm. We're not gonna shame the woman vagina because we're not gonna shame the
Oh,
men's.
but they shame men penises all the time. The fuck you mean?
No,
You
but
know
we
how many
don't.
of these? Oh, women will say, "Oh, if your shit don't touch your belly button, then don't have a conversation with me." Oh,
Absolutely
if you
not.
don't do such and such and such, then blah 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 blah. All these conditions, and they'll be
Mm-mm.
talking shit to that same nigga that's besting their ass. Oh my god, hold up, time out. Wait, you was just talking all this shit. What happened?
No, I think when it comes down to like size, it matters what you can do with what you got. That's what's important.
You really about to hit us with the motion in the ocean bullshit?
Heck yeah, because I've as a woman, I've been like, what's about to
Here's the thing.
happen, and it happened.
Listen,
Hello.
I'm gonna say this with super pause in the conversation. Facts, Mel. A lot of them, before you even put the whole dick in it, you could tell how much dick you putting in because the rest of your dick be dry. and it only be wet to a certain point. Like when a chick talking about she deep throating, but half the dick still dry. That's not deep throating. Now you half-assing. You got to push that whole thing back there, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Can I
But
say this though, Max? I thought that my skills were much better, and I'm realizing I want to enhance my skills. So,
oh, you realize that you have some more to learn. I've never seen you in action, so I can't speak on it one way or the other. But my whole thing is I'm an anomaly though. That's why I tell women don't feel away if I don't bust because I'm an anomaly. Like me, I have some kind of mental block that I'm trying to figure out because it's really hard for me to ejaculate in a lot of cases, and it's frustrating. Trust me, it's very frustrating. Like women always tell me, "Oh, like see, Doc Izzy says she never had that issue," and I heard Izzy a bit of a monster too. But the whole thing is that if a monster had come on me and tries to do all that monster shit, it'll feel amazing. I will love it. My toes is gonna curl. I'm having a great time, but I just can't pop, man. That shit is frustrating. That's a red fucking flag, man. That's a red flag for myself.
Red flag.
I'm a red flag for that. I throw a red flag on myself for that because for a chick to be putting in that much, I mean, I literally watch chicks eyes watering, nose running, doing the whole thing, and I can't at least bless her with the blessing of release.
With the reward, yeah, that's a reward.
Like that's a reward at that point. I need to work on that. But anyway, so see, Veronica, everybody says they need that until they experience it. They start to get frustrated with that shit.
CJ called you a magenta flag.
See, Mel probably I know why. Like Mel has that problem, but Mel also does a lot of different things, so he probably been there, done that so often. I think that's my problem too. But the thing is, the reason why I can't say so much is that problem in my case because I started off that way. Like my first couple of years, I had the fake orgasm. Like I used to pretend like I nutted in the condom and I'll throw it out real quick before they even knew. And I would just make my hand a little slimy with some spit on it so they could feel like that, yeah, the cum was leaking out that shit. Oh my God. And I put that shit in the garbage and they won't know the better. Because, I mean, it comes to a point where it's just, listen, I've been stroking you for God knows how long, went through like 2-3 condoms. Like, enough is enough at this point. I'm finished.
But I think that's an important point, though, Max. So sometimes, because we're all really highly sexual people, and if you're not able to enjoy sex or get the release from sex that you want to get, I think it's definitely something to look into with your physical, because we talked about physical health before, and your mental health, right? Like, what's going on with you? Like, that's got to be considered. What is going on?
See, okay. I didn't want to air it out, but you see what Mel said. I wanted him to say it. I wasn't going to say it, because he does porn and shit like that. Doing that for years kind of desensitized into a lot of that shit. I just was a hoe for a lot of years, but like I said, I started off fucked up, so I can't even blame it on that shit. It's only now that I am embracing my exquisite and very selective activities at this point.
So back to red flags. That's our topic tonight. Veronica, can you pull her comment up?
Oh, here's a big red flag. Let's put this up. Yeah. There's a red flag for us. Because this is absolutely not cool. And enough of y'all women need to learn to check.
Oh, no.
A lot of y'all women need to learn to check. Because she said she caught the guy faking that he had a condom on. And as good as he was, about to bust on the third stroke, by the way, she made him get the fuck up immediately because it's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? But understand, the damage at that point could already be done. So now you got a situation. No, but ladies, y'all got to understand something. I have heard so many stories, and I just be like, yo, sometimes, and just make it sexy, like while he fucking you, if you know he's supposed to have the strap on, reach back, grab the base, and make sure that you feel that joint still on there. there's sexy ways to check that shit where you can like see Topanga said it. You gotta touch. You gotta check it out, man. Especially he there hitting it from the back because he can be hitting it from the back. And one of them times when he's smacking the dick on your pussy, he can slide that shit off, slide that shit in. He continue going. At that point, you so juicy that it's hard to actually. It's hard to tell the difference. Yo, y'all guys is funny today. You know, Kadir said I use aluminum foil. I'm done. Nah, but you know what I'm saying? So, but that's the real thing. You ladies gotta learn to protect yourselves too. Because I see a lot of ladies be moving loose. I'll tell you a red flag for me at party. When I see a chick bouncing from individual to individual without so much as a wipe off. It's different if you gang banging or something, because you know that's the middle of the moment. But if you had a whole session with this nigga, then you jump to a whole session with this nigga, then you trying to come to me and you smell like his mixing of dick and balls and sweat. I am so good on you. I don't care what you looking like. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I think that's important. Like, you got to make sure that you're protected, but we're not going to victim blame here because the man needs to make sure he's protecting himself. And so it's equal responsibility. Like, men, strap it the heck up. Like, what is wrong with you? Strap it up. And women.
My thing is, this is my thing. I get it. Sometimes shit happens. You'll have a little fun, whatever the case may be. Everybody's had their little weak moments where they might have slipped or slacked on something. But that's consensual slacking. When you mutually decide to do something is one thing. Right. But when you take that choice away from somebody, that's not cool. And there's chicks that have done that too. Like there's a few times in my especially my youth, I haven't experienced that so much in a lifestyle. Like the women lifestyle are pretty good not doing that. Yeah. But in my younger days, there's plenty of times a chick will be doing her thing, pause. You know, I was doing emotions, but that's all I'm gonna do. Let's pause on all that. I'm not even doing the rest of that.
Pause on yourself.
Pause on myself with that. And my whole thing is that they'll just come and try to climb up and slide down on it. I'm like, I got one child for a reason. I don't play them games.
No child.
Like you gotta ask for permission to get that. That's not something that's for everybody.
That's assault. Like that can be seen as like sexual assault. 100%. I'm not even seeing that is sexual assault. Don't do that.
CKD asks, where are they hosting with no shower? And the thing is, there's showers there because I've been legit in Airbnbs and seeing and there's like multiple showers in the house. Whole showers too, big ass bathroom. And they busy hopping from meat to meat, but they ain't washed their sweet treat between their legs, and that shit is now sour. You know what I'm saying? And if your shit is sour, go take a shower. How about that? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that shit is nasty. Like,
it's nasty. It's not okay. It's unsafe. Like, that's not okay.
Exactly. That is sexual assault.
Yeah.
And then, Chrissy, if you see something without showers like me, I won't play. Go ahead, Nova.
I think that is also important for people who are hosting these events to reiterate that as part of it. Like, you're an individual, you're an adult. Let's, do what you need to do. And the hostesses, whatever, should be making sure that they're reiterating that for the people, because sometimes people are just moving ignorantly. And if you don't say it, they don't think it's a rule, but it's always a rule.
Yes. And that's a major one. Another thing that's a major thing, and this is a red flag too, and I might have said this before, but I'm going to keep saying it because y'all keep doing this motherfucking shit with y'all simple ass. Y'all need to stop. If you're a woman that likes men, like if you come to the lifestyle to play with other men and have your exploration, please stop getting with dudes who don't want you to play with other men because you're wasting your time. You're becoming a bird in a cage. And eventually you're going to go out behind their back and you're going to get fucked anyway. So skip all of the drama and just be with somebody who will operate in the dynamic that you are comfortable with.
Yes.
Because There's nothing wrong with you if you choose to be in a dynamic where, because there are girls who really, they'll play with guys, but they don't care for the guys so much as they do the girls. I see it myself. You understand what I'm saying? But they still have the option.
Yeah. Yeah.
The girls that are with me, they have the option. They just tend to double a lot of these niggas because these niggas are stupid. They say stupid shit.
Who is on the same page? You guys have an open conversation about what your dynamics are, and make sure that you agree. If you're questionably agreeing, this is not going to work. If you're like, maybe I could, I'll think, no, that's not going to work either. Be on the same page with your partner. And I think a lot of times people don't because they're afraid. Like, they're like, oh, well, I've heard people say like, well, who else am I going to be with? Right. Or who else is going to want, or, or nobody likes that. No men like that. No black men like that. That's not true. Get with someone who wants the same dynamic that you want.
See, because they're saying he wants them to do the work for him. He's like, fuck it, I bang their asses on a regular basis. So if they're going to be at a play party, I want motherfuckers to, I'm paraphrasing, of course, but basically I want motherfuckers to do the work. You understand what I'm saying? And so I don't even have to be bothered after the party. He's like, listen, I want to cuddle and go to sleep. And you know what? Sometimes we may feel that way. We're looking at it and we're just like, go ahead, get it out of your system. You're not going nowhere. Like, that's the problem too. And a lot of men got to get this out of their head. They keep thinking that they're going to meet this dick that's just going to make a woman who's literally invested her time, emotions, and everything into you. That's not just because somebody fucked her good a couple of times or whatever the case may be, that all of a sudden she going to run off with him and leave you in the dust. If she's the type of chick that would do that, then it wasn't nothing worth holding on to anyway, and she doing you a favor.
That part.
But the majority of women, if they're already invested in you, they not bouncing off of nothing like that, because more than likely they've probably already been fucked better than what you gave them beforehand. But yet and still, they're with you.
Yeah.
They're just trying to have a little bit of fun. That's all it is. It's just recreation. It's not even the same. Like me with a girl, and that's my girl, it's intimacy. There's connection. There's a whole lot of stuff involved there. That same stuff is not going to be involved with whoever the fuck else. With them, it's an activity. Even if they do get a little sensual with it, they doing their thing, that might just be their love language. It might be how they move, how they function. You will not get, like, if your position is secure at the top, can't nobody push you off that mountain but you.
That part. But a lot of men don't understand that, Max. Like, a lot of men, I think they get caught up in the sexual act. And for me, like, sexual act is not an emotional act. They're not the same thing.
No, because that shit frustrates me. Like, they want to come up to the shorties and be like, yo, I want to play with, like they up in their inboxes trying to get them to link up and shit like that. And of course I'm seeing it because I see everything. You understand what I'm saying? They show me everything. Trust me. I see everything. And my whole thing is that I'm like, fam, understand, especially if you're coming to something where I'm going to be there too, you better make sure that you have something to keep me preoccupied, because cucking is not my style. I want to be busy.
Yeah.
So make sure you got somebody somewhere. You listen, if you got to find them at the party and hold their hand and walk them over to me, they'll be happy to go with me. Trust me. Just walk them over. Tell them the tall, light-skinned guy over there with a little bit of muscle on him. They probably come on over and they'll be happy to have a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them
like,
love is in the building.
Yo, and let me say something about this girl right here. I gotta shout her out for this. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, I gotta put this up because we gotta. She said she was at a party with her homeboy, and caught him in the bathroom wiping up after play. She was like, "Get your monkey ass in the shower." And let me tell you something about her. She smells so good. I don't know what blend or whatever the fuck she puts on, but that shit smells like the effervescence of you want to do everything nasty you can possibly think of to her. That's what that shit smells like. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's just she smells all types of delicious. And I love that. I love when women have that sweet fragrances on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, perfume is important, man. Like, you know, nice lotions, all of that stuff. Listen, if you're a woman that doesn't believe in the chemicals, put on a good oil, but it better be potent. Don't get that cheap shit that run out in like the first 20 minutes. And then when you finish fucking, you might want to reapply a little something. Like me, even the soap I washed with, I smell so good after that shower that I'm literally, if the next girl comes in, she's like, "Oh, you smell good." I'm like, "That's just my soap. I didn't even put nothing on yet."
Yes, we
You know what I'm saying?
Izzy definitely has a smell king. She likes to.
I caught her smelling me. I saw it. I just ain't say nothing because I know I smell good.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. We love a good smelling man. Oh my goodness. A good smell. And I don't wear perfume. I'm more of a like shea butter, cocoa butter, natural. I'm just a soul sister. But I love when a man.
I know somebody that has some shea butters that's pretty good. Actually, still have some left in my bathroom. If they want to put it out there, they can. I ain't doing it right now.
I mean, if they,
you know what I'm saying?
Bring it over.
And if they're watching still, they'll say something.
Somebody need to come to Albany. I go out smelling like a vintage.
See, Gregory, like? look at what Gregory said. He said sometimes a full shower after play is not possible at a party. Washing is better than nothing. Yes, Topanga. It's Topanga. She has the shea butter joint. She has some custom shits. Them shits be smelling. Them shits will have you smelling sexy.
Topanga,
you can holla
in your inbox.
And the thing is, she has them for men and for women. So,
okay,
you know what I'm saying? You can holla at her because she be smelling mad good, and every inch of her body smells good. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Oh, see, Izzy wants some shea butter. Look, Topanga, you better line these people up. You know what I'm saying?
Shea butter. Oh my god! And I love moisturizer.
Make sure y'all sharing the show. Share. Hit the share button, please.
Like, share, and subscribe.
All of that good stuff.
Yes.
But like I said, that's one of the things that's a big thing for me. I know we spent a lot of time talking about that. Yeah, Topanga, you got about 5 people already that said they want some shea butter, including Nova. So you got some people to hit up.
I will send my.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, and Topanga's skin be glowing like she got something in her shit because of that shea butter. I'm just telling you. You've never seen her in person, so you wouldn't know.
No,
but I'm just telling you.
Comment that says, "Who lives in Albany, New York?"
Listen, and for those of y'all who don't see the messages, I'm just telling you that Topanga said to inbox her if you want the shea butter. If you forget or whatever, you can hit me up after the show, and I will happily put you in contact. Because that's what it's all about with the social experiment too, is we're about supporting each other as well. So we like to, if somebody got something, especially if it's a viable product, I've used it myself. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. I'm not really the type that likes to put it on like that, because my skin gets kind of oily sometimes. So I have the opposite of dry skin. So sometimes it's a little much for me. So I use it sparingly. But when I do use it, you be feeling sexy. You be just wanting to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Anybody, I got you, Topanga. Anybody that hits me up that doesn't know how to reach you, I'll definitely put you in contact. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do here. And all I ask is for anybody that does have stuff that they want to market, we're happy to do it.
Yes.
But the thing is you got to be a promoter. Like, you're not a promoter as far as promoting events, but you got to, be sharing the podcast. You definitely got to be subscribed, and you got to be sharing. I'm not asking you for money. I'm just saying, scratch my back, and we will happily scratch yours. That's it.
Sure.
The barter system, like they did back in the days, because when you're trying to build a business, if you're spending a bunch of money on advertisement and everything else, then that means you're not really making any money. We want you to be able to make some money. So we ask you to do what's going to help us to be able to monetize, which is by expanding our show.
Yes.
So these things help us a lot. So y'all go to that YouTube, y'all make that shit happen, and it will be cracking. And that's what it is. Don't worry, I will be sharing the page. If you're on YouTube already, you should be subscribed to it if you're watching. And if you aren't, I'm going to share the link. And when I post it, make sure that y'all sub to it. And we're going to keep it going.
Yes.
What else you got? Because there's some other ones. I mean, we could really go on this.
So red flags. Okay, so we talked about being dishonest. We talked about bad hygiene. We talked about people whose story don't align. People who are manipulative. I think that's really important. So manipulation comes in a lot of different forms. And we need to talk about it. We need to talk about people who they will make you feel like this is when you feel like, am I bugging? Like, is it me? Right? And when people have like this way, I feel like it's like a snaky way of making.
Those are the gaslighters.
Yeah. And it's just like, they'll make you feel like something is wrong with you. Like, is it me? And it's not you. But they'll make it seem like, well, why would you not be okay with this? Like anybody else would be okay with that kind of thing. And or different kind of ways. I can't think of all the examples, but I know that it's a thing where people gaslight the heck out of you and will make you feel like something is wrong with you.
And that's something that is just, it's never acceptable. Like me, I don't like that shit. Like literally a shorty was talking to me and I almost banged the phone on her, but I was trying to be respectful. So I kept talking to her. But she was talking so like, and this is her trying to not take accountability. This is another one of the shorties that wasn't trying to take accountability for the fact that they've been flaky as cornflakes, but they'll tell me, oh no, well, this was happening. And then, you know, what's funny too? One shorty even told me, oh, well, you know, I was in the middle of a relationship and I was like, but you came to me like you were single. Now all of a sudden you had a relationship and oops, now it's over. Now you want to, okay, so show me that you want to do whatever it is that you say you want to do.
I'm not even in the place to say show me because here's the thing, right? For me, if it's not in your character to do it, you won't do it. And so if you're being dishonest with me, that's in your character to be a dishonest person. So there's no reason for me to even give you another chance to be dishonest with me. Because to me,
told you.
At that point, it's on me.
Mm-hmm. But I told you already. Why? I told you already why.
I know. I can't. Time is too valuable.
Because sometimes you just want to, maybe it's a man ego thing, but sometimes when they've been fronting, you just want to really bust their ass one good time. To the point where they literally tap out, they pass out, their pussy leaking. It's just no, but the thing is, what you do is it's like cocaine. You give them a sample, and before they even get a chance to get another one, you just totally leave them on red. And never ever give them another taste again.
Let me tell you, Max, right? And you're a busy man, and so I know you will respect this. Today, I have been going since 9 a.m. We will be done with this by 10:30 p.m. That is 13 plus hours that I have been going nonstop. When I finish with this, I don't want to hear nobody's lies. I don't want to hear nobody's nothing.
I would just simply add to that by welcome to my world.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, though. Like, to me, I agree with you, Abdul Jabbar. This man is toxic. Because I don't have time. I have no time for the nonsense. People are wondering why I'm not responding to text messages, right? And it's like, I'm too busy to respond to sometimes even my loved ones.
But you know what?
Entertaining no nonsense.
I would only do that like one good time. Though, and the thing is, you gotta understand something. It's not like I'm gonna make time for it. Like if somebody important is supposed to get that time, they go and get it. But if I just so had happened, like I said, remember I said this is like some. I just came from the club. It's 3, 4 in the morning. My dick jumping, and they happen to be responding to my messages, and I'm like, you know what? Come through, and then you lay them with the old bang down. It's not like I'm talking about. I'm actually gonna make time for them. I'm not cooking breakfast in the morning. I'm not
But
doing
come to
anything.
where,
When you
Max?
get up, you go home.
To your no, you're not coming to my house. Not
They
my
can come
house.
here. My place is secure.
My place
You
is
can't get in here unless I want you to. And trust me, you don't want to roll up on me if I don't want you here, because the way I respond, you might not like.
My place is the sanctuary. I don't care what time at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You're not coming here because my peace is nope. That's why
I'm
you
not
can't
paying for
go
no
pull at
hotel for them.
No, you shouldn't. They can pay for it.
I mean, this is true. Actually, that's a good idea. I think you just added a layer to my toxicity.
Oh gosh, somebody pray.
Thank you, Nova. Y'all can thank Nova for whatever happens because she just gave me an idea. I didn't even think about that. It's just I don't be liking hotels because the thing I hate is I hate that checkout phone call. That shit is annoying.
Oh, I don't care. I'd rather a hotel to maintain the peace and sanctity of my place than any
That's
hotel.
another thing too. And Leah is right about that. Is that she, the thing is that would be a whole headache for me because I don't want to come out my house. I'm already home. I'm not coming outside. That's extra effort for nothing.
Listen, I'm coming outside. I don't care.
You know what would be ironic too? Half the time, those girls or guys, whoever play those games, half the time when you do finally get that shit, you be like, man, you was playing games with this whack ass shit for so long. Like, goddamn, I could have had a V8. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I'm
Waste
sitting up here
your
having to
time.
concentrate and focus and use every fucking fantasy thing I could think of to try to bust a nut. And it's not even happening to the point where I just give up and get up. Like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nope.
because that's actually happened to me before.
No way. Don't waste your time, Max.
Well, like I said, I'm not going to waste my time on it. It's just if it so happens to line up, you never know. Maybe. Gregory said he's free Thursday.
Okay.
Yo, you need to get your list together, Nova, because you slacking. I'm about to send. Yeah, Kadir. I've faked a few orgasms in my life. I'm not ashamed to say that.
Oh no.
Good night, Wino.
No, especially since I've been in the lifestyle. One thing, right, that I realized was I was giving too much credit to people who didn't deserve credit. Good night, Wino. I realized, like, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not faking no orgasm, I'm not faking no coming, or I'm not faking any kind of moans, nothing like that. You got to earn this.
No, I've done that a couple of times because they didn't deserve me to make them feel unrewarded. And like I said, there are times where my brokenness was the issue because my sensitivity fluctuates. Sometimes I'm more sensitive than other times. So there's times that it just won't happen, but it's like the girl is done. Her hair is ruined. She's tired. She's reaching for like the 5th bottle of water at this point. It's a time where you just gotta stop and let the girl rest. And sometimes you just gotta, okay, yeah, cool,
But can we talk about that though? Bring it back, right? Because we've been joking around. But I think that brokenness is a huge thing, especially in the lifestyle. As I've been in the lifestyle for, like I said, less than a year. So, this is a novice speaking. But I do know what healing looks like. And I know that a lot of people are unhealed in this lifestyle and they're seeking sexual connections as ways to make them whole. And that is not how that works. And I think what happens is you meet that person and then they meet someone who is a rescuer or who wants to help make them whole, and it doesn't work, right? Because this person ends up exhausted, this person ends up being a taker, and then you create two separate toxic people.
That's
Right.
150%. And I, in my life, have experienced that on so many levels because I am a fixer. First of all, as a man, most of us men that have sat at the head of the household will tell you it's our nature. If we see an issue, we're looking to fix that motherfucker. So we tend to be fixers. Being a fixer, though, when you're that kind of man, it tends to draw certain types to you.
Yes.
Like, I have found many times where I have had people who are just completely broken. And as soon as I started talking to them, and I'm like, God damn, why are you so angry? Like, what is going on? Like, are you okay? Like, and now here I am trying to fix them, even though I didn't break it. And they not paying me my rate because I have an hourly rate.
Me too.
The price is the price, and I ain't negotiate that shit. Lucky I haven't increased it with inflation. But anyway,
not this year, but I increased my rate.
Damn, cold blooded. But you know what? You could do that too because you take insurance. I'm a cash in hand or electronic transfer kind of guy. I ain't got time for all that other shit. That insurance shit is a pain in the ass I have to set up for. I don't got time for it. But my whole thing is that at the end of the day, if before you decide to get with somebody else, you don't have, nobody's expecting you to be fully healed because we all have some kind of damage. You listen to me talk for 5 minutes, you could tell I got shit wrong with my fucking black ass. You know what I'm saying? But the difference with me is that I know what my issues are and I know how to mitigate it so that it doesn't create issues in any other situation. You understand what I'm saying? I know how to manage my circumstances and I'm constantly getting better on a daily basis. I'm a work in progress like we all are.
We all are, yeah.
But you have to come with some degree of healing. You have to come with at least a decent balance of positive energy. You're going to have your bad days because trust me, we all do. But your good has to outweigh your bad. If you're constantly in a bad space in your head, then this is not the time for you to connect with somebody else and spread your germs onto them.
1000%.
You got to at least be in remission first.
And intentionality in your healing. Healing is not a destination, it's a continuous journey. And as we work and we go through things, right, like we realize that, like, oh, now this is something else I need to heal. I don't mind if someone is in the work, but don't expect me to do the work for you because I am a recovering fixer. I am a recovering, like, ooh, let me love you to better, right? And my sobriety is strong. I am not relapsing on that. No, thank you.
And do you know what you notice? And I know you've noticed this. No matter how much you try to fix them, if they're not ready to fix themselves, there's nothing you can do. They have to be willing to take that journey themselves first.
Yes.
And we need to normalize counseling. Whether you go to a consultant like myself or a therapist like Miss Nova here,
or you need to a life coach.
Or a life coach. I sometimes do that, but I don't really care about that so much. But my whole thing is, if you're going to go to somebody who doesn't have a dog in the fight, you can't go to your friends. Oh, I just talked to my friends. Or the girls that say, oh, I'm a counselor for all my friends here, but you're still operating on a slant because you're their friend. Even though you don't know that you're doing it subconsciously, you are still leaning in one way. When somebody's talking to me, if you're doing something stupid, I'm not giving a fuck about your feelings, but I'm not going to be an asshole about it because you're in this delicate and vulnerable position. But I'm going to keep it 100 with you and tell you, like, listen, this is a really bad play that you're doing right now. this is something that you really need to course correct on. This person's playing you, and you need to learn to see that.
Yes.
Because, like, there are people who literally stay in abusive relationships because they think they deserve it.
Yeah.
They think that whatever they've done is the reason why they're getting this. They almost feel like it's their karma.
Or, Max, one thing that I've heard people say, and I've heard beautiful, amazing people say this: if my father didn't want me, why would I expect another man to want me?
Yo, Kadir, don't do that.
Listen, parent issues are real. Parent issues are real, and it's in every part of life, not just in lifestyle, in every part of life. And you cannot heal someone's parent issues; they have to heal that themselves.
At all. Let me see. Okay, Barry, let's put this up. I want to put it up. She says she kind of disagrees. She gives advice to friends, and she always stays neutral and honest.
Yeah, I think you could do that, but I think it's when your friend expects you to be their therapist that it becomes unhealthy. As a licensed therapist, my friends know that I am not their therapist. I will send them a recommendation quick. But I am not your therapist. Even recently, yesterday, my mom was like, "Oh, I need an assessment for this person." I said, "Let me reach out to some of my contacts because I am not the one."
You know what my problem is with the friend therapy thing is that when you hear it from that random third party, because it's not just about you, it's about how they're gonna take it. Because when you're telling them something that's putting a mirror in front of them, they might feel hurt about some of the things that you're gonna say, even if they're claiming that no, you're just keeping it real, but inside themselves, internally, a lot of times that shit hurts coming from their friends, and they need to hear that from somebody that because it's different when you hear it from somebody that really doesn't know you and they're literally going by what you're showing them. Because literally the job of any counselor is to basically be a mirror to show you who you are so that you can recognize where the damaged spots are. It's as if you could literally illustrate the different damages that are on your, like if they would show up on different parts of your body as spots, as sore points, or whatever. We're literally those mirrors that put that in front of you and show you so that we could start the journey of healing. That's why it's called a process, because a lot of times there's a lot of connective tissue and damage.
Yeah.
It's normally not individual things. One piece of damage is normally connected to a next piece of damage, which is connected to a next piece of damage. And it's a domino effect. And when you start that downward spiral, that could really create long-term things. And that shit is contagious. Because when you have that shit, you can start to bring down those around you. If you got kids, it could affect your children. It will definitely affect your significant other and whoever else is around you that really cares, because they're going to feel that.
Absolutely.
You know, so these are things that you got to be mindful of. And sometimes dumping on somebody constantly that's a friend, they have a limit. Because there's going to come a point where they're going to be like, God damn, yo, this one always bitching to me like every single day. Like, oh my God. Like, I feel your pain, but God damn, like, it ain't all that bad. Like, trust me. And these will be the most...
bad. It could be that bad, but that's reason 752 that I love my circle. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to say, do you have the capacity to let me vent right now? And you're supposed to respect their answer. So if they say,
because you never know what they're going through.
Exactly.
A person that's there to counsel you is already mentally prepared to take in everything you got and help you on the process of healing now.
And that's exactly what I said to you today, right? Before we even jumped on here, you were like, how was your day? And I was like, I had to do a meditation after my sessions because today was an emotionally draining day. Right? I had to release that. I had to breathe through that. I had to meditate and be intentional about letting all of that energy go so that I could come home and not bring that with me.
See, I like this. This is dope, though. I just want to put this up. What Cordelia said, Barry Barry ain't lying. When I first got in, she gave me the best advice, and still today, I still hold it dearly. She's definitely one of the queens that teaches, and I could
Yes.
say that for sure because Barry is definitely a very sweet person. She has a great aura about her and everything. But like I said, when it becomes cumulative, it still hits different.
Yeah.
Cumulative damage being unloaded on one person on a constant basis. Like, I'm a person who literally gets paid to take that in. And sometimes when friends of mine would constantly be dumping their damage onto me, even I'm saying, okay, goddamn, like it comes to
Yeah.
a point where it's like, I understand and I know that you're venting. So I don't say anything, I listen. But in my head, I'm still sitting up here like, if I wasn't me, I would probably feel a bit overwhelmed by a lot of this stuff after a while.
See, I
You know
say
what I'm
something
saying?
all the time, Max. I'm like, didn't I tell you to get a therapist? Like, you need help? Because nobody has time.
And this is true too. Like, but this is an ideal world. Like Barry said, people should never ask for advice, and I expect to hear the truth. Real friends tell the truth. Boy, that sounds good, don't it?
That's the truth, Barry. And I want to meet you. I hope that we meet someday soon because I hear you're a dope person and I like it.
Yeah, she'll be around somewhere. She pick and chooses her spots, but she be outside.
Me too.
But like I said, the main thing of this is that even with all of that being said, and this isn't a marketing ploy for me or for for Nova, because honestly, we have plenty to deal with.
I'm booked. I am booked and busy.
Now, me, I'm pretty booked up myself, but I got a couple of spots here and there. I might be able to figure something out. But my whole thing is that this really isn't that. I just want people to understand you, whether you go to us or go to somebody else, just make sure that you really do find a neutral party to work this out with. Because I'm telling you, there's still a difference. Now, I get it. If you ain't got the money and you got to rely on your friends or whatever else, that's cool. But you got to understand that you got to give them moderation on that because that decompression is very real and very much needed.
I'm going to disagree, Max. I think that we all have the money. I think that even if we need to save up for 2 months before we can make an appointment or hire a therapist, like I think we have the money. We pay for events, we pay for our hair and nails to get done, we pay for other things. We have the money and we can save.
It's like you can find it if you really want to.
Absolutely.
Well, I will say this. See, when I look at the economy, I could honestly say, being that a lot of people are one paycheck from homelessness, I would say there really are a lot of people who are, robbing Peter to pay Paul and so on and so forth, regardless of however they may portray themselves. Now, granted, in the lifestyle, I do say that, I do say that this is an environment where you should really pick and choose your activities, especially if you know that you're balling on a budget. I get it that you need your fix, but again, you got to learn to prioritize things in your life. Like if your life is a disaster, mentally, economically, emotionally, the LS ain't gonna do nothing to help you fix it unless you plan on throwing some really fly ass parties. And then even with that, there's a lot of headache that comes with that. So that's not necessarily the best answer.
Mm-hmm.
Your best answer is again to come healed, or if you're not healed already, go through the process of whatever that is to you and make that happen.
There's a lot
You
of
got anything?
style.
You got anything else before we call it on the night? Because I'm hungry. My stomach is screaming.
See, my food is over there. It smells so good. Take care of yourself. Get therapy. Connect with healthy people, and watch out for the red flags.
Kadir say he wants to book you 3 to 7 Thursday or Friday.
Oh, yeah, I like the comment now. I already liked it.
Yeah. Well, y'all work that out. Oh, and don't forget Holla at Topanga about her shea
Shay.
butter. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? If you don't know how to reach her, even though she's literally commenting right now. Barry, you asking me? You asking Nova? If you're asking me, because she's asking if everything's geared towards
Uh-huh.
LS relationships, I will tell you that I've actually dealt with more vanillas than LS, but I've dealt with my share of LS people
Same.
too.
Same.
So I would say, in my case, it probably is about 30-70, because a lot of LS people, because they know me, they're not going to come to me. They might be afraid for me to know their business. I've had some that have come to me throughout the years, but and some of them are still repeat clients now. But other than that, most of the clients I've dealt with are actually in the vanilla dating world, which I laugh at. 'Cause I'm like, the vanilla dating world is way easier than dating in a lifestyle. But
Yeah.
it's like, if you can't get it right there, don't even come here to do
Well, my,
that.
my percentage is the same as Max's percentage, but I'm every woman, so we work with every person.
Right.
And I'm
And
also
that's
a vault. Like, I am a vault. I do not play about confidentiality. I do not play about my
mm-hmm.
license and privacy and all of that. So,
Ooh,
that,
child. If somebody scanned our brains, there'd be quite a few breakups in this community.
a lot of
Especially me, because I've been around for a while. So,
right. Yeah. All
ooh,
right. So
child, I will just
let's
tell
roll
you.
the credits. Let's talk about what we got going on coming up.
Yes, we got some things going on coming up. We want y'all to be aware of these things. I'm putting this up first because this shit coming up in like 2 weeks. Again,
Yeah.
this is Radiance. This is a semi-formal event. It's a vanilla ting. Great music, great food, great company, mature crowd, good times. You want information on it, I'm gonna be posting it up. It'll be in my stories. I have an event invite for it. So I'm gonna share that for those that want to be informed. The venue is really nice. The decor is gonna be really amazing. And the DJs is gonna be on point. So it's gonna be a great fucking time. And I really hope that anybody that's interested, you pull up.
Yes. Go
You
for it.
know, it'll be a great time, and we're gonna take that from there. And I'm gonna let's see what else we got here. Want to shout out my family over on the Discreet Friends side there.
Talk.
Jonathan and Izzy with their Pillow Talk podcast. Oh fuck! I just remembered something I didn't do.
Yes,
My
Barry
bad.
from New York.
Yes. So I have to put it up, but I'm just going to use one of these anyway because I think I didn't add the overlay for something. Ooh, I don't want to add that. That would get us canceled. Let me not scroll through here right now because I've been cutting up lately.
And Barry,
Um,
I don't know if you follow Max on Instagram, but it's definitely on his Instagram. So Max, make sure you also post it on your Facebook, the
yes.
29th event.
And also, the social experiment has an Instagram. So you can find us on IG, Social Experiment 147. I'm gonna put the IG in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
y'all can, make that happen. And, give us a follow on there. There's gonna be some videos on there, some short form things, stuff of that nature will be on there. So make sure you give it a follow. Let's roll on here. Let me see what else we got here. We have for you party people, we
Yes.
have the Nice and Naughty collection there. It's a very good situation.
Yes, get your game.
My friend Lisa, she does those, and she has all types of dope little virtual games and stuff like that, as well as
Yes.
physical games that are great icebreakers for your parties. Those people that are kind of shy and don't, know how to break out their shell. Like they were talking about that on Pillow Talk on Monday.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes people have a hard time opening up, and I feel like games like this really help when you're
Yeah.
able to engage with other people on something simple before you get into the misbehavior type activities. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Get with
I
Lisa.
say everybody should check that out. I'm also sharing the IG stuff so people can give that a follow. Multitasking is what we do here.
Yep.
We have this podcast. Now I know I might have the wrong flyer up, so don't fight me, y'all.
I think that was
They
last
have
week.
a different guest. That's last week's, but I didn't get to upload the new one, and KD sent it to me.
Ooh.
I had a crazy day today, so I had to deal with some heavy family shit, and there was a lot going on. So my bad, y'all. But this is still their podcast. This is still, you find them on Twitter. You can find them on Facebook. They have a really dope Facebook group there. And I mean, if you're just a guy, and even if you're not necessarily listening to everything that's being said, just looking at those lovely ladies on there is definitely a good time. You know, I've had to pull over my car and watch a few times because I was like, and really enjoying the view. Actually, Topanga's on there. Speaking of which, Topanga and KD, who are both in here, they're
Yeah.
both on that show. So just in case you don't catch them here, you can catch them there. Especially Topanga, get those shea butters out, all that good stuff. Fuck, what else we got here? Oh, well, I mean, there's this little thing going on in a couple of weeks.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
there.
damn, that's not the right flyer. See, now
No?
Leah's going to kick me in the nuts, no, because I'm supposed to have the flyer with Leah on it.
Yes.
And I have it, but again, I was supposed to add it, but well, she knows what I went through today, so.
Yeah.
But basically, Leah and Jonathan both are going to be celebrating their birthdays there, so it's going to be a good time. Don't worry, I'll have the flyers in together next week. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yes,
but
meet us there.
like I
can't
said,
wait.
this week was really, I mean, today was really crazy. It threw off my whole plan. But
So we got Jonathan's
pulled
birthday
out.
coming up.
But now there's another floor opened up that he's gonna have some additional rooms available. I think they're 143 a night or something like
Yep.
that. I might be saying the wrong price.
No, you're right. That's right.
Yeah, so 143 a night. It's gonna be a great time. At this point, the whole hotel's probably gonna be full of us. The way people are packing in on that. So that's something that you might want to get with if that's something you want to get with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to go through Jonathan to get that room thing set up, which is good because that also adds a layer of vetting process
Yes.
involved. And you do have to, you know, there is a ticket fee, but it's really cheap. It's like $40. $40 for singles, $80 for couples, male or female. We're not doing this, you know, as a major profit grabber. It's more just to cover expenses. We just want everybody to come out, have a good time, and celebrate. So pull up. You already know the vibes. I think we have two more things. Now this I'm going to talk about because these rooms are selling out. I'm about to grab a couple of them myself.
Yes.
That trip to Grand Lido is going to be a situation. Queen Amethyst is actually the one that's involved with that, along with Ready Escapes, and that's going to be Ready to Escape. Excuse me, and that's going to be a really, really good time.
So much fun.
And that's from the 12th to the 15th. Get it together. I think there's payment plans available, so you can get your shit situated from now. You be litty by the time it's time to pull out your titty. Anyway, and we got the last but not least on here. Ladies and gentlemen, my birthday weekend, the hotel takeover.
It's the
Ladies and
takeover.
gentlemen, it's the takeover. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of my picture being on stuff, so don't expect to see my picture on these flyers. But
I'm gonna make sure your picture gets on a flyer. It's gonna be all
nah,
of us.
I'm fine. I'm good. I just, if you know, you know. Listen, I'm coming on a different level that weekend, but I will be working too, so I'm gonna have to multitask. But I can do it. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? I got my room all set up. That double queen set up. Shit, I got a double queen for Jonathan's thing too.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready for you girls that like to make messes.
Well, I
Now
like
let me tell you about this takeover though. This takeover is an entire hotel takeover. It has all types of amenities. There's a pool. There's a what is that called? The fire pit. Yeah, there's a fire pit there. There's a whole open courtyard, which is inside the grounds of the hotel. And the best part about this, once you check in,
drop a clothes.
if you want to be naked,
take it off.
that is your prerogative.
Please.
Nobody gonna stop you. I encourage it. Actually, maybe I shouldn't because that could backfire. But I'm gonna hope for the best and say, listen, do what you do, like you do how you do. There's gonna be a great time. You're not gonna want to miss this. Y'all want to use the code MAX and make sure you spell it right because that actually seems to matter when it comes to this. Apparently, you put that code in when you buy your ticket. It is very important that if you're buying your rooms or when you're booking your rooms that you do get your tickets because there's a list that's going to be checked against those who have bought tickets and those who have booked rooms. And if you have a ticket, but you don't have a room, if you have a room, but you don't have a ticket, that room could end up getting released to somebody else who has a ticket. So understand, you don't want to end up being that person. And I highly suggest that you get on this. No, it's not about misspelling Max. What it is it's case sensitive. Like the way that I'm typing it is the way you got to put it in with that first letter uppercase and then the next two lowercase. Because when the girls would get in the rooms, they were like, yo, he's trying to put it in, it wasn't working. Then when they put it in like that, we fixed it and then it was able to work. So I'm just letting you know that it can happen because of that. It's not because anybody's stupid or nothing like that. But anyway, now that we've said all of that, now you got any final words before we close out for the night? Because I'm hungry. I got 2 bags of food waiting on me.
I got a stove full of food. Be happy, be healthy, and connect with the people who match your dynamic.
Yes. And I concur with that. And that's all that I have to say because y'all heard what the fuck I said before.
Good night.
And if you didn't, rewind.
See you next week.
Anyway, actually, this is rewind, but nonetheless. Have a good night, y'all. Peace out and be safe.
Be safe.
Now we got to stay here awkwardly.